Well, we've seen Johnson return triumphantly to number 10 Downing Street. The opposition and those who campaign to remain in the EU presumably have a bit of soul searching to do today. Tell us a bit about what you've been hearing.
Absolutely. The wind of change is set to blow on the Labour Party. What will happen of Jeremy Corbyn, with some voices already saying he needs to step down as leader as soon as possible? Here in London, supporters of Jeremy Corbyn, Labour supporters, are extremely disappointed by this crushing defeat, the worst for Labour since the 1930s. And more generally, it's the Remainers who are disappointed. And I'm joined by Lucy Thomas, who's the former director of the Remainer campaign. Lucy, today it's very clearly Boris Johnson's victory. He seems stronger than ever. It's also a victory for all the people who want Brexit to get done. How do you feel today?
Yeah, I think it's a very clear signal that the Remain cause was defeated in this campaign. I think you saw the Lib Dems and Labour sort of not working together. So some of the Remain parties worked together, but it's a clear sign. The Tory slogan was "Get Brexit Done." And that is what will now happen, with a majority even higher than was predicted. So absolutely, it's an emphatic victory for getting on with Brexit.
Is this the end of the Remain movement?
I think it's really hard to see how the Remain cause in its current form continues, because we will be leaving at the end of January, and then there will be a free trade deal negotiated, or there will be attempts to negotiate. I think what you'll see now is a shift towards campaigns to try and rejoin eventually, but it becomes a very different thing. It becomes much more of a sort of longer term campaign, rather than the opportunity, as many from the Labour Party and Lib Dems said, this was the opportunity now to have another referendum, but that is out of the window.
So now you also advise businesses who might be worried in this post-Brexit world, because, as you said, Brexit will get done. How do they feel, and what do you think this historic victory for Boris Johnson, how will that affect the mood of businesses?
I think it's quite interesting. There's two different sides to it. First of all, you saw the pound rally. Stability and certainty, and actually just knowing what's going to happen, has been a huge boost for business and for investors, because finally you have stable government, something that we haven't had for years and years here. So I think, one, it's a bit of a sigh of relief that at least we know where we're going. But as you say, for many businesses, they don't know the final outcome of Brexit. So we know we're leaving, and we know there probably will be a transition deal, so long as Boris's Brexit deal gets through Parliament, which with a majority it will. So 2 years stability, and then a final deal of some kind.
Lucy Thomas, thank you very much. And now, within the Conservative Party, we've spoken to some MPs, Remainers within the Conservative Party, who say that they hope that Boris Johnson will slightly change his stance, be more moderate and more conciliant. Now, there will be, of course, discussions with the EU, and Boris Johnson, stronger than ever, will decide what kind of relationships bound are between the United Kingdom and Europe.
All right, Clovis Casali for us there in central London. Thank you very much indeed for bringing us some reaction from there.